All right, you want a ghost story? I'll give you a ghost story. Ooh. So, this is when I was going to university at UBC, and I think it was my second year. And I used to study in the law library, which is a big cement structure, cement building with a big basement. And the basement has no way out, but has a lot of studying areas and nooks and things like that. So my English and writing was quite weak, so I was studying like all the time. I would be in the library 10 in the morning to 11 p.m. until they closed, and then I would leave at 11 p.m. and I would study like I remember 35 days in a row, every day, no break, no Sunday off, nothing. And it's kind of getting to me, the studying too. But I noticed near the end of those 5 weeks, when I would be leaving the library, as I'm leaving, to my right are rows of shelves, and I would see a shadowy figure tracking me. So it's just walking parallel to me, and it's just kind of following me out. And I'm like, am I losing my mind or am I being chased? But I'm not going to take any chances. So I would start running out of the library like around 11, and I wouldn't even want to look. And sure enough, the next night, I'm scared out of my mind. And I'm leaving, and I see the shadowy figure tracking me side of the shelves. And I'm scared out of my mind. So I'm telling myself stories like, oh, it's an optical illusion, or you're tired from studying. So, but now, every night I get up and he's right there. And I run out of the library. So, I was a second year student, and they match us up with a first year student to kind of guide them and be a resource for them. So my first year student, who often came up to me, is one day studying in the library, and she actually studied pretty much every night as well. And I'm in the library. I'm in the corner of the library one night, near the end of the studying towards the exam, and she comes up to me, and maybe this is like 10:30 at night. And she comes up to me, and I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to just run out. And she comes up to me, and I want to, answer her questions. She's matched up with me as a resource. So she comes up to me with this really strange look, and she kind of goes, hey, I want to kind of ask you something strange. And right away, I am frozen because I know what she's going to say. I'm about to freak out, and I'm in the back of the basement. And I say, yeah, and I'm hoping that's not what she's going to say. And she says, do you see along there? And I'm like, oh, you mean like a shadowy figure following you, tracking you? And now she's frozen. And there's a look of death on her, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. So it wasn't an illusion. I wasn't losing my mind. So I'm freaking out, and I'm frozen here. I'm frozen in the basement. She's frozen. And it's a long ways to the exit. And I'm like, when was the last time you saw this? Like, is it an everyday thing? And she says, yeah. And she says, in fact, look over there. And she points. Yeah! Son of a...